Hi, good afternoon. My name is Amador Martinez, and this is Portside Bistro. I'm going to show you why this is going to be what's fresh, local, and elevated. So Portside Bistro is going to take place in Miami, Florida. It's around 3,000 square foot in retail building, so that's quite a lot of space we could work with. And the great thing about this location is it's only 10 minutes away from Miami Shore. This location finds itself modern and upscale venues and restaurants. So finding people to come to the restaurant really isn't going to be a problem. So the concept and service style of this restaurant, it's meant to be interactive and local. What that means is we try and use all local ingredients, organic of course, and we want to take it a step further. So what that means is we don't just want to leave a dessert or any entree just on your table. We want to be interactive with the guests, such as pouring sauces, shaving truffles, cracking pepper, anything that really involves working with the guests and serving them in front of them really takes us a step further. So we will also have fine dining service style. It's elevated service with a remarkable ambiance. It's not overwhelming, but it is very professional and elevated. So our mission statement is we hope to astonish our guests with interactive fine dining presentation while helping sustain local fishing and farming practices. So at the end of the day, we want to do something that make just more than a profit. What we want to do is invest back in the communities that we operate in. So target markets, 45 to 40-year-olds is going to be our target market with an average income of $80,000 to $120,000 a year. These are people who are highly educated and frequently dine out. We also attract the environmentally conscious and food fanatics. So competitive advantages, local market. All the locals are going to love us since we invest back into the community. Experience as former executive chef as well as studying hospitality. So a little bit about myself. I was former executive chef of this hunting lodge in Nebraska, as well as being involved in every single part that is the hospitality industry, from valet to bellman to executive chef, line cook, server, everything. I know the ins and outs of the hospitality industry, as well as studying it in a professional manner. So trends in the restaurant industry that favor local ingredients, meats, and produce. So sustainability. People are really going to choose us over the next competition just because we do invest back into the communities and we leave an environmentally conscious idea planted in our guests. And lastly, trending eating out habit. As you all know, eating out is very popular, not only amongst the new age, but also baby boomers, especially now that they're entering the retirement age, which is going to be a huge market for the hospitality industry. So this is our menu. Everything is locally sourced, sustained fishing, organic ingredients, and seasonal ingredients. As you can see, a lot of our menu items involve things that you have to be interactive with the guests. So like baby blue potatoes and carrots drizzled with a roasted orange sauce. Instead of drizzling in the back of house, we're actually going to be doing it at the table in front of the guests, so it could be astonishing and it could be a presentation and an experience, not just food. Just general observations. We can see that everything is fresh. There's a lot of fruit involved. Like this vaso de mariscada. It's a Latin dish. However, we are operating in a very Latino dominated region of the United States, so that will attract our guests perfectly. So front of house, back of house layout. We have accommodated for 76 seats inside the house. This includes bar area, couples table, quads table, and party tables. The reason why this is so important is because we don't want to overcrowd our restaurant. We are a fine dining establishment, so providing the best is the thing that we have to do. A little bit of our front of house layout is everything is introduced in a way that doesn't disrupt the back of house. And what that means is there's an entrance and exit that do not affect any of the prep areas, the walk-in areas, or the grills of the rangers. The two spots are separated just for convenience, so that servers don't bump into cooks, servers don't bump into one another, and everything just moves smoothly. Decor and ambiance. The type of lighting that the establishment would incorporate would be warm and homey lighting. I will be using hanging warm light bulbs surrounding the patio as well as the bar. And as you could tell, this is an open kitchen. I do want to implement the open kitchen concept inside the restaurant. So financial projections, just according to the seating capacity of 76, although that may seem small, in the end, we do end up making with 2 turnovers a day. This is running numbers low. 152 seats times the average check of $40 for dinners will end up being around 2.18 million. As well as the break-even point, it's very important since we are going to be getting 182,000 monthly sales. We have to figure out what number starts profiting, and that number is profits will begin after 9,797. So profitability timeline. In the first year in profits alone, you will make 1.94 million, and eventually will lead to the 5th year with almost $10 million total in revenue, well, in profit. So this is after calculating expenses such as cost of goods sold, rent, and labor. So we will see our money back in 5 years. Initial capital investment, it will be $950,000. The money I am requesting is $700,000. I will place the $250 on my part, and these are just statistics of how much people are going to be spending. Average check amounts, like I said, dinners will be around $40 per person, and some of the stats are just sales revenue, 78% for food, 22% for liquor, and yeah, that's how we're going to be making the most of our profit. So why to invest? You get your money back in 5 years. The restaurant industry is very sensitive, especially when it comes to investments. So creating a plan such as this one is very important before you start up, so we can see how much money we will be making and how much timeline, if that makes sense. So we invest in a stable location as well. Miami, Florida is not going to go away. It's in soap operas, it's in TV shows, it's dominating in the hospitality industry. So investing in this location is a perfect idea because there's a lot of room for improvement, especially amongst the city. So great ownership perks, free food, free party invitations, things like that, and potential for expansion. Like I said, Miami, Florida is big, but we can get bigger. And Miami, Florida is just a start. We can franchise, and if everything works out well, we can move bigger.